and welcome back to Foster English. Today I want to talk to you about something that's, again, kind of a really important foundational idea, not just about language, actually, but about ourselves as human beings within the world that we live in. And the thing that we're going to discuss today are the senses. When you think of the senses, what exactly are they? What do they do for us? I mean, obviously, they have a very important part to play in terms of language acquisition, getting to understand language, and also our delivery, how we express ourselves with language. Because we use the senses to shape how it is we express ideas. We do this all the time, and we'll get into more detail on what I mean by this and how this is accomplished when we look at things like the adjectives, particular kinds of adjectives, in terms of verbs versus nouns. All of this we're going to get into. But really the purpose of the day is to look at the senses and understand why they are so important, not just in English, but in life. So we're going to define the senses as the means that we have to experience the world. They're modes of experience. Generally, we think of 5: sight, sound, touch, taste, and scent. These are the ways in which we experience the material world around us. Anything that can be sensed, we can find some kind of way to talk about. We have to. That's what we do. To experience something with our 5 material senses is to get the information within us that we then use to formulate all the ideas which we want to express. And I don't know if you've caught on, but I don't think that's necessarily all there is. So there's the 5 senses, and some people are maybe deficient in one or more. I mean, I use contact lenses. If I can't see very well, I get very limited input in terms of sight when I'm walking around and looking without my contacts, and everything is blurry and not very articulated. So I use corrective lenses. Some people have other means of either correcting senses or gaining senses altogether, or they choose not to or don't have the ability to experience one or more senses. Our language is not necessarily limited in the same way that our sensory input is limited. And why is that? I believe that is because of our 6th sense. And before you think I'm crazy or whatever, I don't mean like extrasensory, ESP or I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is reason. There's another way that we get the information in our lives in order to express ourselves, and that's by thinking about it. Reason is the faculty to engage with ideas apart from those ideas being things that we can see or hear or touch or taste or smell. We have ideas and we have means of expressing ideas that exists apart from those other 5 senses. So really, when I talk about the senses, I'm often going to be talking about simply the 5 senses, but I want you to understand that there's always this sense of reason. There's always the sense of logic making, okay? Where we take information in and we're able to manipulate it, we're able to move it around or build on it or take away. We're able to do this, and that does have a lot to do with language. How we express ourselves and how we get information from other people. So reason, that last piece, is actually very important to tie all of the rest together. And that's what I hope to make a little bit easier, at least in terms of English, with the content that we're creating. But I thought that it was important to at least give a video that lays sort of the groundwork of this, and you're going to see these images sort of pop up more and more as I use it to illustrate other ideas as we go along. I'm going to be using the hand with the four fingers and a thumb. I'm going to be using this kind of an illustration as frequently as I can until I get some other illustrations or ideas. But please, bear with me. This is all still very much a learning curve. I appreciate you taking this journey with me. Thank you for your time, for your support. Please like, share, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you again, or you will see me next week.